Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I know, it's been a while since I posted my last video, but I don't want to give up, so here I am. Just yesterday I was looking at the npm packages number and I found out that over 1.3 million packages are available in the main npm registry. And I was thinking, but how crazy is this number? I mean, there is a package to do pretty much everything that can come up to your mind. But at the same time, is this really necessary? I mean, every time that I use some third-party packages, I embed in my project a bunch of code that I don't know. And as you may have understood, I'm not a framework fan, and I always try to get my dependencies tree as little as possible. So today I will show how to avoid installing the dotenv package by building with literally two functions the same behavior. If you never hear about the dotenv packages, we can go in the npm.js website and we can say here .env. And as you can see here, these packages allows us to insert environment variables in a .env files located in the root folder of our project and reuse these variables in our server-side code. Okay, the only things that we have to do is to install the .env package, to create an .env file in our root project, and to call the .config method of the .env package to allows us to create variable inside our .env file. Okay, let's try to use first the .env package and after to build our function to create the same behavior, okay? So let's go in Visual Studio Code and let's create first of all the .env file. Let's create an index.js file. Here we can start to install the .env package by typing npm install .env, and as you can see here we have our .env package. So if we want to start to use our .env package, we have only to do these things. So here we can say const .env is equal to require .env dot config. Okay, and let's save our index.js file. Let's go here and we can say, for example, my variable is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, as a string. Let's save our .env file and let's try here to console log that variable. So to console log that variable, we have to access at the process.env object. To make these things a little bit clear, you must know that Node.js have a built-in function inside of it that allows us to access the environment variable that we have in our environment. So for example, on Windows, if you want to see your environment variables, you only have to type set, and as you can see here, there are all the environment variables that I have in my local environment, and Node.js is able to call all these variables, okay, inside an object built inside Node.js, and you can see this object by console log process. That is a method embedded in Node.js .env. If we get rid of this and we say node index.js, as you can see here, we have the same variables that we see a moment ago, but in a JSON format, okay? So if we want to, for example, try console log our variables, we have only to call these variables like my variable, so cls node index.js, and as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is pretty much straightforward, but maybe it's not the case because .env it's a very lightweight package and have zero dependencies. Maybe this is not the perfect case to say don't use every package you found to build your project, but try at least to build something that work at the same. So now we can try to create the same behavior with our custom function. So let's comment out this line of code. Let's create a new file that we can call workers.js. And in this file, we are going to create two functions that allows us to obtain the same behavior of the .env package. The only feature that we need for this project is the fs module. So here we have to import the fs module by typing const fs require fs. So const workers and workers dot update environments variables is equal to a function. Okay, so here first of all we have to grab all the environment variable inside our environment. So let env is equal to process.env. Okay. The last things that we want to do is to grab the data inside our .env files. Let .env, and we can do these things by using the read file sync of the fs module. So fs dot read file sync, and here we want to point at the path of our .env file. So dir name plus .env and then encoding format UTF-8. If we try to console log out this .env variable, as you can see, here, we have a string containing all the data inside our .env file. So to obtain the result that we want to obtain, we have only to apply some regex rule. First of all, we want to get rid of all the white space. So .env is equal to .env.replace. And here we want to use a regex rule that allows us to get rid of all the white space. I have already write it, so I don't want to repeat myself by writing all the regex rule. Okay, if we try to console log our .env file, as you can see, we obtain the same result, but if we try to add another variable, so for example abc equal to abc, and we type node workers.js. As you can see now, we have one unique strings with all the content inside our .env files. Let's go ahead and we want to grab all the value, okay, inside our .env files, and we can achieve this result by using another regex rule. So let value is equal to .env.match. And here I pass my regex rule. To make this simple, this regex rule allows us to match all the characters inside the quotes, okay? And allows us as well to match the single quotes inside the double quotes, okay? So for example, here, if I console log the value, okay, maybe it's better values, because this function gives us an array, okay. So let's save node workers.js. So now, in order to grab all the variables from our .env file, we have to clean the .env string from all the variables values. To achieve this result, we can use a simple replace function. So let string without values is equal to .env .replace, and here we want to replace the same things that we have matched before. So here, and we want to replace with an empty string. And now, in order to grab our variables, we have to match all the content before the equal signs. So let variables is equal to string without values dot match. And here we have to use another regex rule in order to grab all the content before the equal character. So here I can copy and paste my regex rule. Okay. And now we are able to merge our values and our variable inside our environment object. So first of all, we have to create a for loop. Inside this loop, we have to clean the variables from the equal character, because now if we try to console log our variables, okay, and we type node workers .js, and as you can see here, we have the equal character inside each string. So in order to clean this string, we have to replace it with an empty string. So let clean variables dot replace, and we want to replace the equal character with an empty string, and we want to as well replace from all the value string the double quotes. So if we console log here the values, console log values node workers.js. As you can see here, inside each string we have the double quotes, so we don't want that. We want to get rid of these double quotes. So here we can say let clean value is equal to values dot replace all the double quote with an empty string. We want to use the replace all method and not the replace one, because the replace one will replace only one character, okay? But in this string we have two double quotes, so we have to use the replace all in order to replace all the double quotes inside that string. So now we have only to attach our key and value to our environment object. So here environment clean variables is equal to clean value. Okay, so now in order to use this feature inside of our project, we have only to export the workers module and to import it inside our index.js file. So here we can say module.exports is equal to workers. Okay, and now we can import this module inside our index.js file by typing workers is equal to require, and here workers. Okay, and now we have only to call our function, so workers dot update environment variables inside our main JS file. So node index.js, and as you can see here, we have our process.env variables. Here we have the values because of this console log. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's try to console log out the other variables. So console log process.environment.abc. Okay, cls node index.js, and as you can see here, we have exact the same variables that we have inside our .env files. And that's all for this episode, guys. I really want to thank you to watch this video until now. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, please consider to subscribing to my channel. See you in the next one, guys.